Imagine this. What if we took every kind of spellcaster and made them fight each other to the death? Who do you think would win between wizards, warlocks, druids, dragons, Cthulhu worshippers, and necromancers? Where I intend to prove why necromancy is the greatest form of magic by taking a lowly necromancer and turning him into an all-powerful lich in a little game called Conquest of Elysium 5. Conquest of Elysium has a lot of really cool classes, but of course the one we're gonna choose is the necromancer because this guy is insanely broken and really fun. And his name will be Benjamin Bonester. So you can see we start here on the world map. We've got our three lords in the top left. Benjamin Bonester, our necromancer. We have Rekarad, who is our necromancer's apprentice. This guy is going to be very important. And then this other dude who just defends our base. Around us, we've got some cities. We've got some hamlets. We have a port city over there, a little bit of a bore. So we can go to transfer units, grab everything, put it into one army, and then come over here and attack this hamlet. As soon as I end the turn, we'll go into combat. You can see all of our units are going to move automatically. Our necromancers are going to cast spells, our archers are going to fire, and I think my necromancers are going to disease them, and then they are going to die pretty fast. By moving onto this tile, it's going to claim us the resources, so you can see in the bottom, it's going to give us 2 gold every turn. This gallows over here gives us 3 hands every turn, and this farm gives us gold as well. As a necromancer, we don't really care about money, we just want people's hands. It's a lot like the Belgian Congo, if the goal of the Congo was to raise immortal liches. I will pass the turn once again, and this place is considerably better defended. This place is actually really scary, but I think our necromancers can do this. Yep, there we go. Our spellcasters are going to be able to barely kill everything, and that's going to give us this city. But more importantly, we just killed and lost a bunch of people. If I activate my necromancer, we can see we've got a couple of powers here. We can start using our rituals of mastery to get new spells, or more importantly, raise dead. Now the problem with raising the dead is that it'll make our necromancer completely insane. Insane characters have a chance to just refuse orders, which is not very good. So there's a very convenient solution to this problem, and that's making our apprentice do all the hard work. So I'm gonna come over here, and then I'm going to use my apprentice to raise the dead. There we go. That's gonna make him go a little bit insane. And the solution to this is that I don't care. There is only one thing stronger than death, and that is taxation. So I am raising the dead and your taxes. In the meantime, my actual necromancer is going to run around and try and look for more stuff that we can claim. There we go, another hamlet up here. Oh, another port as well. So we can just jump on top of this port. I will pass the turn, and then we are going to watch as our necromancer basically solos everyone. Yeah, spellcasting is pretty strong. His specific abilities that he can summon undead in the battle. He has a dark power, which just does damage. He can plague people with a whole bunch of disease, and as we level him up, he will get even better spells later. In the meantime, though, we could just come with over here with our apprentice necromancer, raise the dead again. Excuse me? Okay, there we go. That's more like it. I was like, I killed a lot more people than that. I'm also going to recruit this captain and give him a bunch of undead, and then just start walking him down here to protect from some brigands. There's still a few corpses here, so let's just go raise the dead a second time. There we go. Get even more skeletons and throw the skeletons into our army. The reason I'm not putting these guys in the army is because they move. You could see all the different things they have. Our undead never heal. They're banishable. They're mindless. They're lifeless. They're clumsy. They're amphibian somehow. But we can take these units and begin going even further and trying to find a bit more. Oh, I actually got ambushed by some Hades spirits. Unfortunately, we're extremely good at killing those. So my apprentice is up to 36 insanity, which means that every time he moves, there's a 36% chance he'll just refuse to do so. Also that... Excuse me? Why is there a demilich here? Okay, well, it seems we have just accidentally encountered literally the strongest thing in the entire necromancer arsenal. I don't even know why he's here. So we are going to ignore that mausoleum because he will obliterate us. Oh, and there we go. See, my guy is insane and he is going to refuse to move this turn. So we just kind of have to hope that he snaps out of it next turn. Ah, there we go. Now he's willing to cooperate. And there's also some trolls by this mine over here. So we're just going to have to take them down with a big swarm of undead that we get to keep spawning. There we go. And also that's kind of bad. I think we're gonna lose a city over here. Yes. And we're gonna run into another player, which is a Holberg. This is basically like the Hobbit player. I don't think we can beat these ballista towers though. They are really, really strong. So we're kind of just gonna ignore those for right now. Yeah, I'm gonna fight those snakes. A little bit of overkill, possibly. Oh, wait, what? I think there were some dead hobbits here because we now have little long dead. They've got crossbows and everything. Oh, they're so tiny and cute compared to the rest of our army. Now that we have 105 hands of glory, I can come over here and do some rituals of mastery. That is going to give us animate abomination. That's really good. And I can do that again to get another spell. A major summoning is super good. That's gonna let us start using tons of these hands to summon really powerful things from somewhere. I don't really know where they come from. I need to run away from this army, so we are going to just quickly try and destroy that fort. Please be able to break through here. Yeah, we can just summon undead and then let our spellcasters do all the work. The undead we have are not particularly impressive, especially considering the fact that they don't ever heal and we are just continuously summoning more. Oh my god. Okay, you could chill. You could stop. The fight's over. Oh, come on. This is the perfect time to attack this guy. And nope, my Necromancer is still completely insane. Oh, and that is another player coming to steal my fort from under me. Gee, thanks. But I'm pretty sure I can... Please tell me you're not insane. Oh my god, he's not insane anymore. Well, he's still insane. He just had a moment of clarity. All right, here we go. Hopefully we are able to do this. I don't think they have any good spellcasters, or really any spellcasters, actually. Our undead might be really, really bad, but we're gonna replenish probably most of our army immediately after this fight. All right, there's a ton of corpses here, so I think we can use Animate Abomination. There we go. So that is gonna turn basically all of those corpses into a new unit, which is the Abomination. So this thing just absorbs things that are dead inside of it, and we are also gonna do some lesser rituals of mastery, and then another one. There we go. We get Twice Born. And okay, immediately he's gonna go insane again. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. You're very nice. All right, we can come over here and try and siege down this castle now. And from the Senator, this guy's actually pretty scary because he basically just uses Roman troops. I say it looks like only one person is defending this castle, and I think they're just gonna get eaten by the Abomination. Nope, they couldn't even make it that far. So guys, I know I haven't been very nice to my Necromancer's apprentice. I know the guy is, he's trying his best. He might not be doing so great, particularly because he's out of his mind and can't even think anymore. Fortunately, there is a cure for his insanity. We just need to kill him. Now, I know that might not sound great, but what I can actually do is lesser ritual... Okay, let me wait until he's not insane. This lets us use these lesser rituals of mastery, and we didn't get what I wanted right now, so we'll just have to wait a little. Oh, there we go. The lesser rituals just give them basically new rituals that we can use, and we ended up getting Twice Born, which is fantastic, because when we cast that in a citadel, which is where he is right now, he is going to be able to kill himself and die, and then he'll resurrect as a wight instead. Wights actually regain sanity, so, maybe he won't be totally insane. All right, Twice Born, there we go. So now he is locked and loaded, ready to get obliterated. I will raise dead in anticipation because his sanity does not matter a whole lot anymore. Well, it kind of does, but oh well. In the meantime, I need to siege down this castle. Oh, can he just climb the walls? Oh, he can. The Abomination just kind of slithers up the walls, doesn't he? And he ate everyone. I don't know how many hit points he started with, but it definitely wasn't 139 out of 131. Recruiting a Goblin Chieftain is also insanely good, not because I care about them, but because they will allow us to recruit goblins, and we can basically just take groups of goblins, get them killed, and then resurrect them as undead. And now I am going to do our final thing, which is get our Necromancer a Ritual of Mastery. That is going to level him up into a normal Necromancer, so you can see now he is no longer just an apprentice, but he's vastly more insane. Honestly, don't really care, so we're just gonna unequip all of his units, run him over here, and hope he dies to a bunch of boars. All right, Mr. Necromancer, I actually didn't check what his abilities are. They are not correctly configured, and he is gonna somehow survive that. Okay, look, man, I'm trying to get you killed. Okay, he doesn't want to get killed. I think he knows what's coming. Look, Wreck Rat, I know you're insane, but you gotta trust me that you running in and fighting these 3 trolls and 32 goblins on your own is definitely a good idea. Sir, I am begging. It's been like 5 turns. He just knows what I'm trying to do to him. He's like, please, don't make me go in there. Oh my, 7, 8 turns in a row. Okay, finally. Jesus, the king's castle. What the hell? Well, you're gonna go siege it solo. Good luck, man. Something tells me he is not going to have a lot of success here. And he respawned now as a wight mage. So wight mages get to actually regenerate sanity 2 every turn. I know, it's a pretty breathtaking amount. They can still raise the dead, which is really, really, really nice. One of the best things to do with Hands of Glory is that we can, not only is it kind of turning into a lich goal if we get this Ritual of Grand Mastery, but also these major summoning. Oh my god. Well, I wasn't expecting to get the best possible summon from the get-go. So we just got Unimund, and this guy is kind of completely bonkers. He is a Tartarian spirit, which means you could look at his model and you can kind of tell what he's supposed to be doing. He has all of these different abilities. He has Soul Vortex. He can summon tons of long dead. He is insane. So it figures that we're gonna take him and come fight the Senator, and that should be a complete bloodbath. We have an Abomination, a Tartarian spirit. They are already, I think he can, is this going well? Okay, yes, now that we're starting to summon undead, this becomes rapidly easier, especially because my Abomination is up to 194 HP. He's just eating everyone. Stronger, strength and damage increased by 2. Well, that is 1 faction leader down, although his faction is not yet destroyed. We do want to come over here and take out the Hoberg dude, because he is going to be very annoying with his very increasingly large armies of Moose? That is another Necromancer's apprentice we can hire. Thank you very much. I will go ahead and do that. These guys are obviously our most important thing to just try and hire continuously, because lots and lots of Necromancers means lots and lots of undead. Okay, guys, I don't think ambushing me is going to really do you a lot of good. They just got eaten instantly. I've also realized that my army is only 7 guys, and one of them is this archer from the original OG squad. I don't even know how he's still alive. What I do know is that I think I can still kill this army. I am a little surprised that my Necromancer army is kind of turned into this, which is this 1 Abomination. Oh my gosh, just 2 monsters. Okay, they've killed everything. Run away, my Roman soldiers. Guys, you can stop spawning now. Oh my god. And now there are 72 Hobergs over here, so we are gonna come and attack them as well. Okay, well, my Tartarian spirit just got temporary insanity. I don't even know how he did that. This guy looks like he doesn't even have a brain. We're gonna have to leave Unimund then and try to fight this battle normally. That is a lot of Hobergs, and I am a little scared, but I think my Abomination chews through everything and then just absorbs their corpses. He's actually getting David and Goliath down, but he's trying to regen health faster than they can deal it, and they can deal a lot of damage. Holy crap. No, my Abomination! Wait, I think we could still win. Okay, well, we lost our Abomination, which kind of sucks. But now I get to do something even better, which is use this guy and raise the dead. Oh, come on. I know there's more than that. There we go. There's the dead I'm looking for. We could also pop down another major summoning, get another Tartarian spirit. Dude, that's not okay. You know what? I think there's actually a decent chance that I can take on this city here. They've got a lot, but as long as they're resurrected for, wait a minute. They have 1 HP. I just realized that. All of them have 1 HP. My entire army is literally just hobbits with 1 HP. All we have to do is survive the initial salvo, and I think my spellcasters could kind of do the rest. Oh yeah, that is a lot of damage. We're just slowly spreading disease on everyone. This is working relatively well. Although the Tartarian spirit is definitely not invulnerable. He's taking a lot of damage too. We just need to stand behind him and let him tank all the damage. And this is working disgustingly well. Oh my god. Okay, now he's just climbing over the wall. He doesn't even care anymore. He's completely discarded any pretext that he was going to do this as intended. Wow, that was like the least fair fight I've ever seen. And that makes the Burgermeister dead. Okay, I think I can win this fight with all of our spellcasters, even though these legionaries are very scary, and my front line basically doesn't exist. Also, my leader Benjamin Bonester miscasted a disease spell, and friendly friendly fired himself. So now he is rotting to death. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but we have this random dude named Degalis, and he is undead, and he's just willing to lead an army. Honestly, he is mindless, lifeless, clumsy, and he has a debilitating wound, and he's somehow our most reliable leader, because as much as he is also falling apart at the seams, he's not insane. All right, come on, guys. I know my undead are weak, but they should be able to beat these moose. I say as my entire army is just being run over by them. Finally, okay. Well, regardless, we found the capital of the senator, and it is right here, so we're gonna try and attack it with everything we have. I am not sure how well this is gonna work out, but I just really have to hope that the Tartaran spirit is kind of able to carry us. And this other battle where our other Tartaran spirit is just kind of gonna destroy everything. It's a good thing we have all the undead, because I don't really care about the ballistas as long as they hit anybody that is not these guys in the back. And wow, he just diseased everyone in the garrison, and now they're all gonna die. I noticed your first move was ballista shot. It's pretty effective. Mine is a cloud of death. You are all now dead. A tribe of kobolds and their dragon god has invaded the gold mine. What? Where? Okay, I think I found that gold mine. What in God's name is that? That is so much money. I think it's something about kobolds increasing income from mines, but honestly, I can't be sure because that is an insane income. Funnily enough, though, these are all green kobolds, and this is a bile dragon, so it does primarily poison damage, and that's the one thing that all of my undead are 100% immune to. Oh, wait, that's the senator dead. Nice. And another necromancer's apprentice, thank you very much. So Benjamin is almost dying. Every turn, he's taking 1 hit point damage, and every turn, he needs to use dark power on someone to absorb their health, or he will die. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a couple of questionable fights. The first one is against the bile dragon. I think we're gonna be okay, because he's not really that scary since he's mostly poisonous. The second is this demonologist army that I think is most assuredly gonna attack me, and I've only got a couple of necromancers here, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose this entire army. If I don't, I'm about to resurrect 120 undead. And last, we are going to use the Ritual of Grand Mastery here and get Lichcraft. Now we need even more of these hands, which is very unfortunate, but as soon as we get 240, we are going to be able to walk over here to this ancient temple and then ideally turn ourselves into a lich. All right, fingers crossed that we can do this, because this is going to give us so many corpses. The dragon is marching through all of our units, but he's doing it one by one, which means we've got a pretty big advantage. Oh my god, there are so many kobolds. I don't know if this is possible. Our big guy is gonna have to come in for the win. And he is, wait, he's actually insane to melee. He routed the dragon? Okay, also, why are there giant toads everywhere? What's going on? I have completely no idea what's happening anymore. There is just a massive swarm of giant toads spitting on my Tartaran spirit, but they can't do any damage. What is happening? And now the toads are on my side. This is the Conquest of Elysium experience. Okay, and now there is one toad that is just regenerating and taking damage from decay. This is stupid. Well, luckily the Infernalist kind of left us alone because he has a ton of demons that are very, very scary, and I don't think I can beat them with this army, but I can definitely beat them with Supreme Lich Lord man over here as soon as he becomes the actual Supreme Lich Lord. As a level 3 Necromancer, he's also going to start regaining 1 sanity per turn, which is pretty cool, but he gets his level 3 abilities, which are giving someone non-magical invulnerability, as well as we're going to drop Raise Long Dead for Army of the Dead, which raises 1 to 18 in a single turn. That's pretty good. Also, it looks like this gold mine does in fact produce 15 gold for us somehow. That is ridiculous. I just need to bring a necromancer down here and he is going to be able to resurrect like 100 kobolds. Whoa, what? I randomly attacked a bile dragon, and also this is really unfortunate. I left one necromancer here, and yeah, he went insane and then died very quickly. It looks like we enslaved the bile dragon, although he's really stupid, so he's just going to be moving on his own. That's kind of funny. I love it when I get ambushed and it's the Tartaran spirit getting ambushed. So these bandits are like, oh yeah, we'll show him what's what. Immediate obliteration. Well, I tried to send out a goblin chieftain and I think he is about to get eaten by jaguars. To test my new level 3 necromancer, we can send him in to fight these big old troglodytes, and let's see how he does. First, he's just gonna summon like 2 billion undead undead, as he does. And okay, that was it. I just want to apologize to this apprentice in advance because as soon as I use this, I think this is going to basically destroy his mind. Yes, okay, his mind is gone. Okay, his mind is gone twice. He went from 0 insanity to 46. Oh. Well, we're getting attacked by the kobolds. A considerable number of kobolds are attacking. Oh my god, they just broke down the gates instantly. All right, well, our hobbits are putting up a pretty valiant fight. Actually, honestly, this is a really, really good effort. Unfortunately for these kobolds, a reckoning is about to begin, and it is called turning my guy into a lich. There we go. Benjamin Bonester has finally ascended to his second to last form. That's right, being a lich is not his last form, but we are going to start running him around to destroy everything. As a lich, he's going to gain some pretty nice benefits. First of all, he is in fact still diseased and falling apart, but he's also not got an eye and still has a chest wound. But that's not important. If he dies, he will reform at this temple and resurrect. So he is not normally killable. Also for the kobolds, I'm very sorry, but my Tartaran Titans, I think, are going to have something to say about that. That is a lot of kobolds, but I don't think it matters because I think this guy solos all of them. I just keep seeing on the left side, taking 0 damage, what's his armor at? He has 4 armor, so yeah, he is taking, I think, at base 0 damage from every single attack. Please tell me you are not going to go insane this turn. Please raise the dead, and thank you very much, and thank you even more. Okay, now we get to pit 2 Tartaran spirits against 118 kobolds over here. And unsurprisingly, this massive army of kobolds stands absolutely no chance against these guys. Oh, come on. I was gonna come up here and attack the demilich because I wanted to test the lich versus the demilich, which would probably be the dumbest battle ever because they would just summon undead endlessly. But someone already killed him. All right, I'm not sure if the lich can do this, but there is the king's castle right here. So I think it's very possible that we're able to just walk in and siege it on his own, essentially. The rest of this army is basically worthless. It's just him. His abilities is invulnerability for himself. It's pretty good. Okay, and he has diseased the entire garrison. As long as he can avoid getting one shot. Wait a minute, is he just invulnerable? Yes, non-magic invulnerability. Okay, I think he's gonna win. Okay, you can chill at this point. You know, you don't need to spawn this many undead. It's okay. You could stop. Oh my god, he's filling the map. What's happening? He's spawning him on the other side of the gate because there's no space. Oh my god. All right, they are gonna take the king's castle. I don't really care that much about that because I'm pretty sure I can just attack in again. And that is, I think, one of the Primal Plane gods. That's nice. I was worried for a second, but as it turns out, Snake God, whoa, wait a minute. Is he mine now? No way. The answer is yes. I now have the ram's-headed serpent, one of the gods of the Primal Plane. He also has immortality, by the way. Wow, this is so stupid. And now I'm gonna take my lich and my newly resurrected 200 long dead, and we're gonna see if we can take back my castle. I'm a little skeptical, but the lich being all the ways in the back is gonna mean that I think he can only resurrect undead, so he is just going to spam out as many undead as possible. This is going to be the meat grinder, but I think it's a meat grinder that we narrowly win. Okay, it's working. The map is starting to get filled up. Undead are beginning to spawn behind them because they can't spawn anywhere else. Oh my god, they're surrounded. Oh no, this is so evil. We have no right spawning undead back here, and yet we are. And now they are sandwiched in their own castle. And we're gonna kill them, and we didn't even break down the gates. Actually, I think we're gonna right now at the very end when we've already killed all their units. This is why Necromancer is very stupid. And to my knowledge, he's actually banned in most multiplayer sessions because he's too strong. Okay, and now I get to watch one of my armies get killed by a giant army of boars. Okay, now we're just made of trees. There's a lot of really broken stuff in this game, and it makes it very, very fun. Oh my... What was that? How many units did he just spawn? He's got 386 guys. I was clicking through it because I wasn't sure how many there'd be, and then there just immediately popped out a bajillion little long dead. They've all got 1 HP, but you know, they don't need to be very strong. Also, I now have the itsy bitsy problem that I gotta kill Kratos over here. This guy, the god of war, I think my only recourse is just slamming like an endless tide of undead at him and hoping he dies. dies. I am so not confident in this guy's abilities that I am going to prep him by using Twiceborn and then select everything we've got here and hope to God that it is enough. What is that disgusting thing at the end? Well, I'm realizing that I think most of his units were stealthed, and I did not see them, so this is the end result, and it's not good. Okay, well, we killed a couple of guys from disease. I guess that was something. And my resurrected wight mage got hit so hard, he now has a never healing wound, even though he just resurrected himself. Kratos beat him so bad, he hurt him beyond the grave. Oh, finally? These gods have been rampaging around, and it is the most annoying thing ever. They keep respawning whenever I kill them, so I'm gonna see if he can grind through this army of undead. Okay, he may actually be able to do that. This was like 300 dudes. Okay, wait, I think we're doing it. I have all of these crossbow long dead, and I'm doing my best to disease him. The worst part is, even if I kill him, I have to fight him again when he comes back through the portal. Okay, finally. So I've gotten one... I hate my life. So some idiot opened a portal to the primal plane, and the end result is that all of these gods are spewing out and endlessly respawning. So now I need to go find where this portal is and close it. Well, over here, I know you're not insane, so I can come over here and finally we're gonna kill one of the gods, and he's going to respawn. There is a ton of totems somewhere. I assume they're over here, but they keep putting them down in all the ancient forests, and all of these beasts just keep spewing forward. If I get really lucky, maybe we can... Okay, see, that... That's why it's not good. There goes that entire army I worked for. And there goes all the other undead I just resurrected. This guy has a pretty devastating map-wide AoE. Yeah, he uses Earthquake every so often. And he's also turning my Tartarid spirits into trees. And I'm not a big fan of that, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, good. I'm so happy that I chose the kobolds to be one of the enemies here. Okay, this is a meat grinder. I may have a lot of guys, but, you know, I can't afford this kind of losses. Holy crap, am I gonna lose? There's like 200 undead. There we go. Okay, well, there goes like 100 undead. And now we're just gonna resurrect all of the kobolds we killed. There we go. Oh, crap. Now he is attacking my capital. And, okay, this might have been his greatest mistake. All right, nice. I love it when an AI in a game smashes their face against my capital and dies instantly. Thank you very much. And then I immediately lose a necromancer to a bunch of giant ants. Typical. This is what the fights are turning into. This is an absolute travesty. I get to sit through, like, okay, actually, I think I'm gonna lose this one. There is no way I win this, right? I mean, I've got a lot of undead, and we're diseasing most of them very quickly. This is like 300 kobolds. I don't think I can grind through that, right? No, I could not grind through all that. We only killed like 200 of them. And now we get to fight another goddess, whom I think all of her abilities, yeah, she's got a lot of scary stuff. She's trying to seduce all my people. Unfortunately, she doesn't realize that, you know, I don't think you could seduce this thing. Okay, and my abomination just ate her. Nice. Someone just drowned in the shower. No way. Was that a dragon? I think one of my dragons just drowned. She is already back. I killed her like 5 turns ago or something, and she's already now back. What if I bring these guys, though? They might actually do something different, because they might just enslave her, which would be best case scenario. Plus, it's not like most of her abilities actually do anything against these guys, because this looks like Star Wars. Okay, well, we didn't even need to do that. She just died anyway. Okay, finally. So this is the last portal for the primal plane. It's got a lot of mushrooms, 2 gods defending it, but as soon as we destroy this, I think we should be okay. So that's gonna be no more of these stupid gods that keep coming in every which way. I do have to deal with this army though, and I've got quite a number of undead to do so. They're not very high quality, which probably comes as no surprise, and oh my god, they are grinding through all of my units. Okay, this is actually getting a little concerning. Come on, ranged units, it's all up to you. Well, I think my White King is gonna get completely trounced because he's in the front line for some stupid reason. But all of my resurrected halfling crossbowmen and slingers are managing to pull down a literal god. Just for reference, by the way, these people have a shield, so that is going to have a chance to block damage. They have 3 mirror images, so that is a chance to block damage. 2 additional mirror images, a 50% chance of evasion, and then a 25% chance of evasion. So unsurprisingly, everyone is really, really, really hard to kill. Come on, boys, bring him down. He's so close to dead. There we go. Did I just lose all my leaders too? I think I did. And now we get to try and and kill another 2 gods, whom I think we can. We immediately got some moose. Did we always have them? Primal moose. Yeah, these guys are massive. And that hurts a lot. This is just a disgusting grind of my lich constantly spawning undead. This guy using AoEs to clear all of them, and then he just immediately summons them all back. This is horrible. Finally, Jesus. Wait, I just realized my snake-headed serpent has lost an eye and then lost the other eye as well. Man, these people are not faring well, are they? Okay, so I brought this random captain over to the portal to the primal plane, and all I have to do now, very simple. First of all, hand over your shoes of flying, hand over that ring of water breathing, and you, sir, are heading through the gateway. And then you're gonna destroy the gateway. I am very sorry, but you are now stuck here until you die, which should probably be very soon. But on the bright side, I think this is the only remaining god here on our plane, so if we can kill him, we will not have to worry about this crap anymore. I have gotten to the point where my heroes are so insane that I can't even get them killed to resurrect them as undead, so I am going to drown them instead by putting them on ice tiles, letting them thaw, and then just letting them die. That is the only way I can kill my own dudes now. The lich is gonna be even harder though, because I gotta get him killed so he'll reform here, and then I can turn him into a demilich. So hopefully he'll die in this battle if I'm lucky. Actually, this is the perfect opportunity to get him killed, so we are just gonna run my lich straight into here on his own. I don't know if he could beat this army. Okay, he's about to get eaten by these jaguars, right? There is no way that he is able to. Okay, yes, he died. That's actually a good thing. Oh, and here's the last fight with the very final god. I mean, I have a lot of catapults here, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to kill him. And I don't think we can quite kill him. I think he's gonna actually rout everyone on the field right now. That sucks a lot. Oh my god, this is an army of 557 kobolds. Please tell me you're not insane. Oh! Now, I know it might seem unfortunate that Benjamin Bonester died, but don't worry, he has a special ability in that he's respawned for greater lichcraft. The new Benjamin Bonester is this pile of bones. Now, I know that might not seem very threatening, and also to be even less threatening, he can no longer move. Now, that might sound like a bad thing, but it actually breaks the game, and here's why. So, although Benjamin can no longer move normally, now he has something called a lich gate, and this is going to allow him to basically jump around the map to any location that has corpses. And when I say any location, I literally mean any location. So Benjamin Bonester died over here to these jaguars, which means his corpse is sitting right there. So now I am going to use Lich Gate, and we are just gonna pop right on over there and attack him from across the entire map. So now we get to see how a demilich does against this army. And you're gonna see why a demilich is far more powerful. The reason the demilich is so powerful is because he never moves up to put himself in harm's way. The other side is that he is totally invulnerable to all non-magic damage. So he doesn't even need to actually, I should probably drop this spell, but he doesn't even need to cast invulnerability because he is just permanently unkillable from it. Every round, he is just going to max summon as many undead as possible, continue spell casting a whole lot of crap. He is basically a portable nuclear bomb. And just like that, you can see he is slowly beginning to overwhelm this army that he has no business fighting, by the way, but he is just teleported all across the map just to fight this guy. And slowly but surely, we are now overwhelming all of the remaining defenders of the map because he just can't be stopped at this point. He can just spam out undead like crazy. It doesn't really matter. I'm not sure why their units are continuously coming back, but who cares? This is getting a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, guys, you could stop. There we go, finally. Oh, and he's actually gonna get all of his stuff back too. That's nice. We're also gonna get really lucky, and this guy is gonna get attacked by 500 kobolds. It's a lot of kobolds, and I'm pretty sure that he's gonna die. Yes, he is very, very dead. But you know what? 500 kobolds, honestly, who cares? That sounds like child's play. Because I am now going to take Benjamin Bonester and Lichgate on over here, and there we go. Oh, looks like we actually missed that one, so we can just Lichgate again. It's a very imprecise spell. It can go pretty much anywhere. And try again. There we go. He leapt right on top of their army. So now it is Benjamin Bonester versus 500 kobolds. And the best part is, I don't think any of them do magic damage. So he literally cannot be killed by anything on the map right now. I'm very sorry, Cobalt Army, but there is nothing that you could do to fight this. The other reason that stationary is so broken is because our lich is always trying to cast a spell, and when there is no one in target for his damaging spells, he will just continuously cast Army of the Dead. So now that the enemies are moving further and further away because the undead are pushing forward, he's just gonna start spamming out more and more undead and less attack spells, effectively making it so no one can move forward anymore. So now that we're approaching their backline of like relatively competent units, this is how many undead I have, and more of them are just spawning back here. Also, I'm pretty sure Army of the Dead can crit and summon 36 long dead in one turn, and because he casts 2 spells every turn, he can summon up to 72 undead every single turn. Ah, nice. I assume that ended in the demilich killing 500 kobolds. Okay, there are now 500 corpses here, so I'm pretty sure I can take my Necromancer's Apprentice, because of course I'm not going to use my main guy, and let's raise the dead real quick. Oh, just a couple. Just a few more. And, okay. And I now have an army of 443 units here. And now, just like before, we will lich gate away. I think I can siege down this place. Oh, no, he just randomly teleported somewhere else. Give that one more try, and I'm not even sure where he teleported now. Oh, he's over here. Oh, yeah, okay. He teleported on top of the god accidentally. Try as he might, he has no chance against the lich. And also, that army's trying to escape. I do not think that's how that works. I missed, and I missed again. Okay, well, sometimes that is how it works. What? I just accidentally teleported on top of the enemy capital. That is the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen. What? And now I can raise dead. Oh my goodness. I think they've been doing a lot of ritual sacrifice here, and that works out amazing for me. Technically, our demilich can go insane, but he regains 5 sanity every turn, so he's pretty much okay. All right, now I'm just gonna start teleporting randomly all over the map, and he teleported to the middle of the ocean. That's not exactly what I had in mind, I won't lie. Aha, there we go. I teleported on top of someone's citadel. Oh, no way. Now, I know everything we're doing right now might sound a little tiny bit broken. However, we have not actually reached the most broken part. But before that, I will quickly grind through a whole bunch of stuff, and then I will show you exactly what I mean. Okay, again, accidentally, we teleported on top of someone's capital. This is getting a little silly. Oh yeah, so another reason why stationary units are completely broken is because my lich is gonna sit all the ways back here permanently, and their units don't have the range to hit him, and because this is a siege battle, they're not advancing. So he is just going to sit here forever and summon undead until he eventually wins. And this is pretty much how every siege battle is going to end, with an increasingly large number of undead just slowly overwhelming the defenders, and there is really nothing they can do about it. You know, you'd think it's scary fighting an elder dragon. I mean, this guy's pretty tough. Unfortunately, all of his abilities either confuse or do fear damage, and my entire army is undead, so that doesn't do anything. Yes, the guy who does all fear damage, and we actually routed him. That's pretty impressive. So I've gotten to the point where we've got 2 liches now, and I have this fort right here that I really want to siege down, but these guys have been super annoying, and they've been killing like hundreds and hundreds of my dudes. So I want to deal with this, but I don't want to deal with it. Fortunately, there's a very easy solution to this, and it's pretty silly because I have now an ability called Planar Swap. What this does is that it is going to send us to Hades. So now we are all the ways down here in a new realm called Hades, which is basically just the land of the dead. One of the cool things about this game is every time you kill a unit, it spawns a dispossessed spirit in Hades for the corresponding tile. So Hades mirrors Elysium exactly. This castle has a Hades equivalent, and the Hades equivalent right here is considerably easier to siege down, so we are just gonna go do that. So our lich is basically just gonna completely decimate these guys because they are so weak to magic, and yeah, you can see how quickly they're getting annihilated. So now that we have the corresponding castle, I could come up and use our special power and planar swap again. And what do you know? We have the castle. But wait a minute, Kleaper, you might say. What happened to the garrison? Well, they're in Hades now, and they're stuck. All living units take damage every turn in Hades, so these guys are gonna die, I think, in 1 turn. And because none of these units have a planar swap or any real way to leave Hades, they're just dead. And we can use this pretty much unlimited. Uh-oh, someone spawned in a star god? He's going to hell. So 1 turn later, and they have 181 units. 1 turn later, and they're down to 41. And even those units are also about to die as well. Well, seeing as I have taken over the majority of the map, most of the capitals are also mine on account of my lich just teleporting all over the place and nuclear bombing several provinces. We basically own everything, and speaking of victory, I also just realized my captain is still alive. I'm not sure how this guy isn't dead yet, but I salute his service nonetheless. Either way, thanks for watching. See ya.